Our officiating crew assigned by the NBA is Joe Crawford, Joe DeRosa, and Tony Brothers. And gang, after 82 games, the playoffs are underway. Jason Williams from downtown.
That time, Jason Williams' man, Ben Gordon, went down to help on Shaq just a little bit. Shaq found Jason Williams and he buried it.
Now, the Bulls were the better three-point shooting team on the year, but in the 3 games of the regular season, it was the Heat that shot the 3-ball better. Scott Skiles, 3rd year as the Bulls head coach, 2nd straight year he has them in round 1 of the playoffs. They won their first 2 playoff games last year against Washington, then lost 4 straight. Shaquille O'Neal using the glass. The Heat have made their first 2 shots and have the first 5 points of this series.
We talked about the good decisions that Shaq makes when he catches the ball in there. Either hits his teammates on the perimeter or cutting to the basket, or he takes his man up like he did just there.
And let's look at these matchups. Ben Gordon being defended by Wade. Haslam on Allen, who broke free for the dunk. Antoine Walker against Nocioni. Jason Williams defends Kirk Hinrich. And on this end, Hinrich continues to defend Dwyane Wade.
They want to run. That's one way to overcome pressure half-court defense, is to get down and shoot before they set up.
Ben Gordon, one of the league's better perimeter shooters, drains that 20-footer. If you're Miami's defense.
Especially in the 4th quarter.
Here's Jason Williams, 21-footer. Good. So Jay Will has made his first 2 shots in his Heat playoff debut. The Heat lead 7-4.
You can tell his legs are feeling good. When a shooter can shoot like that, it means he's getting good spring from his legs.
Nocioni can draw your defense out, but Shaquille O'Neal settles under his 2nd rebound. And the health of Jay Will's knee, a big factor for Miami. Walker for 3. And as Haslam pursues the rebound, he outworks Sweetney and scores the basket plus the foul.
Well, that's the Udonis we know.
And exceed the effort of the Bulls. And so far, so good as Haslam completes the 3-point play. The foul was on Malik Allen, and the Heat have a lead of 6. Less than 3 minutes gone by.
And I don't think you're going to have any problem with the Heat matching energy tonight and aggressiveness of the Bulls.
Well, it's so bright in here, you forget this is a night game.
Right.
20,000 Heat fans, most dressed in white, as Nocioni drains the long jumper. A 2nd-year man from Argentina, rugged 6'7" forward, but a guy that can drain perimeter shots.
Well, that's what they do. They have 3 guys who can shoot from the outside and it draws the defense out. Malik Allen is also a good shooter.
Sweetney one-on-one coverage with O'Neal. Now Nocioni comes in to help, but that help came too late. But Diesel with his 2nd score in as many attempts. This is Michael Sweetney, the former New York Knick, getting it over the top of Shaq. Haslam clears the rebound to Dwyane Wade, who has yet to take a shot in this game. And on the entry pass in, a 3-second violation on the Diesel.
Oh, man, it looked like Sweetney was holding Shaq in the lane area.
Well, the Heat with their 2nd turnover. The Bulls have yet to commit one. And Gordon, pick and roll action with Malik Allen. Nocioni, a slasher and a shooter. Shot clock at 7 as Allen launches and goes bottoms up. Malik Allen, a 4-point lead for the Heat. Walker on the dribble drive. Walker passing out of the double team, knocked away by Gordon. Wade saves it in. It's Haslam for the dunk.
Terrific hustle by Jason Williams and Dwyane Wade. Those are the effort points that Pat Riley was pointing to with the energy.
Haslam with 5 points as Hinrich unloads from mid-range and gets his first score.
Good mid-range shooter Hinrich is. He just took his man off the dribble and made a fadeaway.
This is a perimeter-oriented team. Even their bigs can stroke jumpers. This is Sweetney, the former Georgetown Hoya, who can make shots. He averaged 8 points a game during the regular season. And all 5 Bulls have already scored, all 5 Bulls starters. Almost halfway through this first quarter of game 1. Walker on the spin, but no finish. And Dwyane has missed his first 3 shots. This is Nocioni. The Bulls want to do this. Get out and run off stops. And Malik Allen. How about this? He averages just 5 points a game in the regular season. He already has 6 on 3-for-3 shooting. And we are even at 14. Timeout to Miami. No change for either club with 5:35 left in his first quarter. Dwyane Wade still waiting for his first shot attempt. Shaquille O'Neal Well, he's not waiting for anything. He's made his first 3 field goal attempts.
Well, you know the Big Daddy's going to be ready. He's got so much playoff experience, 3 MVP awards in the playoff finals with the Lakers. You expect him to have a great postseason.
Among active players, Shaquille O'Neal, the #1 scorer, rebounder, and shot blocker in these NBA playoffs. With Diesel already 6 points, 3 boards. Here's Wade underneath, circles back, and hits his first shot of the 2006 playoffs.
That time, Dwyane Wade did a Shaquille O'Neal. He posted his man in the lane. Good pass by Antoine Walker, and then Wade scored.
So after the timeout, 4 straight points for the Heat. Can Allen counter? Yes. Malik Allen has dropped in his first 4 field goals. The Bulls have made 8 of their first 16. The Heat 8 for their first 13. And Gordon comes to the middle. This is Hinrich. Nice first step. Sets up Sweetney, who tried to draw the foul on O'Neal to no avail. SHAQ's 4th rebound. Jay Will on the drive. He does draw the foul. This is Jason Williams' 6th trip to the NBA playoffs.
Maybe Pat Riley in a few minutes will get Jay Will out and then get Wade back in. So let's see how this pans out.
The Heat with 6 first-quarter turnovers. The Bulls with only 2, and Gordon to the glass. He's back in the ball game along with Shaquille O'Neal, Udonis Haslem, Gary Payton, and for the first time tonight, James Posey. Bulls go with Tyson Chandler, Chris Duhon, Andrés Nocioni, Ben Gordon, and one of the key players in this series for Chicago, Luol Deng, the 6'9" athlete out of Duke.
And there's the matchup we thought we were going to find when Luol Deng in the game. Now Posey comes in. That's a good matchup for the Heat.
Dwyane Wade tonight, his 28th playoff game in a Heat uniform. He averaged 27 points a game in last year's playoffs, which took the Heat to Game 7 of the conference finals. Miami leads by 3. Wade has 3. This is Nocioni. Trying to post up Haslem. The cutting Deng for 2. He got the step on Posey, and that's the second score for the toughest nails, Andrés Nocioni.
Good offensive execution by Chicago.
He'd have led by as many as 6. The Bulls yet to lead. 1 tie. That was at 14. Posey in the SHAQ against Chandler. Shakalaka-boom!
SHAQ with the drop step, went right around Chandler, felt the pressure, went away from 2 other guys coming down to triple team him, and threw it down.
First dunk of the playoffs for O'Neal. He's made all 4 of his shots. Nocioni misses. O'Neal gobbles up his 5th rebound to go along with those 8 points. Heat operating with a 3-point lead. 1:33 left in the opening quarter of this series. Back in the SHAQ, inside out for the Heat offense. The Diesel on the repost. First miss of the series. And Nocioni clears his 4th rebound.
SHAQ was off balance that time, but you like how active he is at both ends of the floor.
SHAQ with a block on the driving Chris Duhon.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Here comes Posey. Through the defense, coughed it up. Wade gobbles it back and then threw it away.
Wade thought he was going to travel with the ball as he ran after. That's why he threw it up to 2 teammates.
7 Miami turnovers in this first quarter. The Bulls.
Now Wade made a mental note on that. Next time we use a drop step and go to the basket with his left.
Ben Gordon gets all the way in for the score. Ben Gordon noted for his perimeter shot. Got a layup. He has 6 points. And the Bulls within 1 now. Now Miami shooting 60% in this first quarter, but they've given up 10 points on turnovers. It's a dogfight early.
And Eric, the Bulls are 26th in the NBA in points in the paint, averaging 35 a game as Posey hits the 3. And the Bulls already have 12 in the paint, mostly on penetration drives.
So James Posey tripling to put the Heat up 4. Gordon got away with a push-off. Now sends it off. Bottoms up for Ben Gordon, who drained that over the top of Michael Doliak. And we open the second quarter. Bulls going with Duhon and Hinrich, Tyson Chandler, Othello Harrington, and Luol Deng. Gary Payton, James Posey, Udonis Haslem, Dwyane Wade, and Michael Doliak for Miami. And the rebound bouncing off a hand of a Chicago Bull. The Heat will get possession back. Payton passes out of the double team. Hinrich on Wade, who dribbles through and is met by two defenders. Doliak underneath for two.
Good move by Doliak. You see what happens is Wade drew 3 red shirts towards him, which left Doliak alone on the offensive boards. And there's a result of Wade, the overplay on Wade in the 2 points for Doliak.
4-point lead for the Heat as Dang pitches out. Duhan sets for the tray and splashes it down. Chris Duhan hit 100 triples during the regular season on 36%. Coach, he's been bothered with a herniated disc in his back, but Scott Siles said yesterday that this is the healthiest Duhan has felt in a long, long time.
Yeah, he shot 36% from the 3-point line. He's obviously a very good defender. He gets up into your kitchen and tries to deny the ball. Tied for 7th in the NBA in assist-to-turnover ratio with Antonio Daniels from Washington.
He's one of 4 Bulls who had 93s or more in the regular season. Gordon, Hinrich, Duhan, and Nocioni. Wade with the field goal. So Dwyane Wade with 5 points to go along with 4 assists.
Pat Riley ran Wade through a maze of screens that time, and he got open.
Hinrich uses the Tyson Chandler screen. Good help by Doliak. Antoine Walker defending Harrington, who missed on the hook. Chandler sweeps it out, but Wade has it for the Heat.
Good job, Wade, not running out that time. He stayed home to get the long rebound. Knocked out by Walker. Good teamwork right there at both ends of the floor.
First playoff score for Antoine Walker in a Heat uniform. Miami leads by 5. Just under 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Duhan got away with a trap.
Yes, he did, right in front of Joey Crawford.
20-footer for Hinrich. Wade got a piece. Payton on the breakout.
Good job by the Heat defensively. The last 2 baskets came off good defense, good long rebounding, pushing the ball up the floor. You got to go. Yuri Brown always says you want to run on a running team. The Heat's doing that right now when they get the chance.
6 unanswered points for Miami and their largest lead of game 1. Eric Reed with the coach, Tony Fiorentino, and Jason Jackson. And Malik Allen finally missing one. He had gone 4 for 4 in the first quarter.
You see where he shot it from, Eric. The Heat are really taking it up a notch defensively. Chicago's not responding right now.
And the Bulls, who led the league in field goal percentage defense 2 years running, have given up 64% to the Heat in this first half. Walker hits the turnaround hook. And he said yesterday that's his go-to move. A go-to move he took from the guy he idolized growing up, Irvin Magic Johnson.
Well, he missed the first 3 he took, made the next 2. He's starting to get into the flow of the game.
4 points for Walker, an 8-zip run for Miami, and the ball is there.
Yeah, stripped by Walker again. Good defensive hands by the Heat.
Wade in the post. Came up short. Dwyane Wade 2 for 6 in this first half of play. Hinrich drives in, got hammered by Doliak and fouled. Now Antoine Walker, the subject of a lot of talk this week. Shaquille O'Neal said yesterday, every championship team has a key number 3 man, and Antoine Walker is that guy for us. And should be an interesting series for Antoine Walker, but he's happy to stay in the same role that he finished the season in, and that's as a starting player.
Yes, well, he's been the guy that's been really playing well down the stretch. And one thing I was thinking about earlier, you know, with everyone talking about Posey and Walker, who starts and who isn't. Well, now they're in together because Walker's playing the power forward spot.
Wade drives in, sets up Payton for the drive, and Payton came up short. Shaquille O'Neal was fouled on the rebound attempt.
They're not as in sync as you would be, and that time SHAQ was free and had to be fouled by Chicago because he had the rebound.
Nocioni picking up his first foul. Heater up by 7 points. Wade's jumper is off the back iron, and Nocioni down with his 5th rebound.
Oh, man.
Wade got taken out by a screen, and Ben Gordon drains the 3.
Yeah, Wade was run over by Malik Allen. Good job by Payton contesting the shot by Hinrich. Now Gordon's on Walker. There's a mismatch right there. You can see it.
Twan, the up and under move, but he missed.
He lost it on
and
the way up.
Dang comes down with a rebound.
Yeah, he lost the ball on the way up.
Hinrich off to Nocioni, who finger rolls it in. And this is just what the Bulls want, that kind of sequence. They want to take stops and turn it into a full court, run it at you game.
Well, the Heat didn't get 2 at one end to go up 6, and the Bulls pushed it up to cut the deficit to 2.
Kirk Hinrich had it blocked by Shaquille O'Neal. Second block for the Diesel in this game.
Yeah, they're trying to get SHAQ his 3rd foul, but SHAQ blocked it on Hinrich.
Gary Payton sending it back to Udonis. Now into the Diesel against Tyson Chandler. turns middle, and hits a tough hook shot. 10 points for Shaquille O'Neal on 5 of 6 shooting.
The defense on SHAQ right now is they're waiting for him to put the ball on the floor, and then they're digging. Means they're not totally coming on him. They're trying to just disrupt him a little bit.
Boy, Ben Gordon with great liftoff before he shoots that jumper, but it was underneath. Play was brought to you by Marooney. South Florida, when you need a trucker van, who you going to call? 1-877-MAROONEY. Now, Tyson Chandler, 8th on the Bulls in scoring, but their best rebounder and shot blocker. 10-2 run for Chicago. J. Will filling it up from downtown. His second tray. He has 10 points. Hasn't missed a shot yet.
First time Chicago went to the 2-3 zone off a made free throw, and that time J. Will burned it.
It's been a red-hot first half. Heat at 57%. Gordon swings it out. Nocioni's 3-ball is good. And that is the game of Chicago right there, Tony, in a microcosm. Drive and kick, draw the defense in, and set up those 4 3-point shooters.
Yes, this team was 5th in the NBA, shooting 38% from the 3-point line. That's what they want to do, draw you in and then pass it back out to the 3-point shooter.
Shakalaka boom again.
Wow, with the left hand. That time he didn't go to the middle. He drop step again, put it up with the left with 3 guys around him and finished.
12 points now for Shaq. He's hit 6 of 7 from the field. Gordon's 3, no foul on Wade, and here comes Dwyane.
Ben was acting that time. The ref didn't go for it.
Loose ball underneath. Haslam wins the battle, but Wade could not hold on.
And that puts Antoine Walker back in that power forward spot, and you may see Wayne Simeon later on playing some power forward.
Shaquille O'Neal with his 3rd block shot of this first half. And the Heat still holding on to a 3-point lead. We've just had our first plot twist of this first round series. And Swan to the rescue. His 3rd bucket of the game. They've all come in this second quarter. And another native son of Chicago, Antoine Walker, who grew up on the south side of the city of Chicago, a Bulls fan, we might add. How can you blame him growing up in that town when Michael Jordan was playing for the Bulls?
Mount Carmel High School.
7 points for Walker, 6-point lead for Miami.
I went to Mount Carmel Grammar School. We got something in common.
Nocioni for 3, gets none. And the loose ball rebound taken by Chicago's Michael Sweetney. Fresh shot clock for the Bulls. And Gordon threw it away. Good hustle by Antoine Walker to save Miami's possession.
You know, Eric, sometimes a guy gets thrown out. It inspires his teammates to do better. And he's playing with a passion.
That foul on Hinrich puts the Bulls over the limit, and Wade at the line. 40. And Wade now has 7 points to go along with 6 assists. He'd have hit 7 of their first 8 from the free throw line. It's actually 5 straight points since the Haslam ejection. Shaquille O'Neal, my oh my, that's 4 block shots in the half. Walker into Wade. Hands it off to O'Neal, and he scores again.
How about that teamwork right there? Antoine didn't force the shot, got it to Wade. Wade didn't force it, hit Shaq down low for an easy shot. And the Heat's defense is spurring on the offense, baby.
Right now, Shandon guarding Ben Gordon. And by the way, Derek Anderson inactive tonight with a stomach virus. Luol Deng. That's the first we hear, the 2nd-year forward out of Duke. That's a guy who will weigh in. Actually, his 2nd bucket, Deng, with 4 points tonight.
Yeah, he made a layup earlier when he came in, but he hasn't done much since then.
And he does. When Haslam got tossed out of the game with 4:11 left in this quarter, the Heat were up 43-40. Ben Gordon on the drive, scooping it up, popped out. And the rebound taken by Antoine Walker. Twan down the middle, from behind Ben Gordon took it, and Dwyane Wade took it right back. J. Will fakes the jumper, finds Doliak for the dunk.
Beautiful play by Williams after Wade made the steal. Antoine was a little out of control earlier, but Wade made up for it by stealing it back.
Miami up by 12. Deng for 3. No, sir. Tipped in by Nocioni, who went flying through the nighttime air of Miami.
The Heat's got to body somebody. All five got to go to the defensive boards with Shaq out.
Wade did not dunk it through and does get hammered as he tried to pump it up and in.
He might have got hit in the head on that play.
But Dwyane Wade will go back to the line. He's 3 for 4 so far tonight there.
And one of the keys to the series is to defend the pick and roll well.
Eric Piatkowski in, Nocioni out. The Heat are 11 of 12 at the line. Wade now has 9 points to go with 7 assists. Shaquille O'Neal 14 points, 6 boards, 5 blocks. That's Piatkowski, the former Clipper, another guy that can drain triples, even though he only had 9 during the regular season.
40% career shooter.
Guy that played in only 29 games for the Bulls during the regular season. He is a veteran player at age 35.
Yes, and
basket counts for Dwyane Wade. The foul on Chris Duhon. Make it 12. Well, good free throw shooting here early for the Heat. 12 out of 13. The Heat, for the second time in this quarter, lead by 12. Deng sets for 3. Wade soaring for the rebound. Hitting ahead for Dwyane, who drives all the way in.
Good job by Wade on the rebound. Another assist by D-Wade. His 8th of the game as Antoine gets ahead of the pack.
And it's a 14-point lead for the Heat. 61 points on the board, 62% shooting for the Heat. Michael Doliak actually picked up that foul, his second. And Ben Gordon knocks in the first of 2.
Eric, Ben Gordon took 1,151 shots this year, and 671 of them were either long range, which is 18 feet or more, or threes. That's 58% of his offensive shots. His shots came from long distance, long shots or threes.
That's his game. Jason Williams, we get an offensive foul. Miami shot just 40% in the 3 regular season games against Chicago. They're at 63% so far tonight as Gordon drove in, and Ben Gordon finishing on that drive. So he now has 15 of Chicago's points.
He's added that drive to his game, Eric. It was always good, but he's improved it because people are playing him for the jump shot coming off the screen.
Well, this first half has absolutely flown by. 15 seconds left in the second quarter.
About 5 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock.
Payton off glass. His second score of this game puts the Heat up 12. 5 seconds left in the half. Ben Gordon unloads. Doliak with a rebound. And the Heat score 63 points and shoot 63% in the first half of their first playoff game this year. James Posey will open up the second half for Miami in the front court, along with Antoine Walker and Shaquille O'Neal. Dwyane Wade and Jason Williams, the backcourt. Bulls going with a front line of Sweetney, Nocioni, and Malik Allen. The backcourt of Ben Gordon and Kirk Hinrich. Hinrich only had 4 points in the first half. Missed 4 of his 5 shots. But Gordon, he is filling it up. That's his second triple.
So the Heat turned a 2-point lead into a halftime 12-point lead by only having 5 turnovers in the second quarter that only led to 2 points. And the Heat was 14 for 21 from the floor. Wow, terrific block by Antoine right there, but Sweeney's there to clean it up. So the Heat shot a very high percentage, and they lowered their turnover rate. That's why they went plus 10 in that second quarter.
And they out-rebounded the Bulls in the first half by 10. Also made 12 of their 13 free throws in that first half. SHAQ underneath. Look out. Put it up and out. So Shaquille O'Neal with 16 points. His 2 guards, Wade and Williams, have 12 each. Miami leads it by 9. 2 minutes into the third quarter here at the Heat's house. Game 1 of this best-of-7 series. Michael Sweetney, nice up fake. Finds Allen underneath. Basket counts, foul on Posey. He did have a 12-point game against the Heat here in March.
Yeah, we saw his wife in Chicago. She's due for their first child in September.
Congratulations to them. Always nice to see Malik Allen.
And he added something to his offensive arsenal every year with the help of the coaching staff, so you got to respect that.
Nocioni picked up his 3rd foul, but the Bulls get it back on the block shot by Sweetney. Here's Nocioni stopping and popping and hitting. Nocioni with 11 points. Well, he is a tough second-year performer who had a terrific playoff debut last spring when he averaged 13 points and 8 rebounds in the series against Washington and had a 25-point, 18-rebound playoff debut in Game 1 a year ago.
Yeah, another guy not drafted from Argentina, played on the gold medal winning Olympic team, Argentina.
And Michael Sweetney picks up the foul. And Tony SHAQ tying a Heat record for most blocks in a half of a playoff game with 5. You gotta love the defensive temperament he began this series with.
Let me guess, he tied Alonzo Mourning's record.
You got it.
That was a tough guess.
Ben Gordon on his second try for 2. He goes bottoms up with a mid-range jump shot. And Ben Gordon, 27 times during the regular season, scored 20 or better. He's had 20 points in tonight's playoff opening.
Made history last year. The first time a rookie won Best Sixth Man of the Year award.
Ben Gordon a year ago averaged 15 points per game, played in all 82. Wade stripped him. Here comes Jay Will hitting ahead for Dwyane. Back to Wade. Good foul by Malik Allen there. 8:25 left, third quarter. Posey for 3. Kaboom!
And that's what James Posey brings to the table. He can hit those outside shots. He was in the top 6 among forwards in three-point field goal percentage for the season at 40%.
James Posey career highs in both threes and three-point percentage this year, and he's tripled twice in the night's playoff opener. Heater up 7, 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Jason Williams using the Shaquille O'Neal screen. Walker steps into the 3-ball, and Nocioni holds on to his 10th rebound. So Andrés Nocioni, who had a double-double during the season against Miami, has one in tonight's playoff game with 11 points and 10 boards.
Good defense by Posey knocking that away, giving Chicago less time to run their offense.
Here's Sweetney. Oh my, how did he miss it twice?
Wow.
You know, he missed it because Bigfoot, Shaquille, was lurking in the area. But the Bulls keep getting chances and squandering them on that particular possession.
You've got all 5 guys in there that have to pound the boards.
You know what, Tony? The Heat were the #1 rebounding team in the league this year, yet they were out-rebounded in 2 of the 3 games by the Bulls, and in the series out-rebounded by an average of 4 a game.
Part of the reason is, Eric, as Wade hits that shot.
And the Chicago team should only get better. They had some good fortune come their way yesterday. I'll tell you about that when we get a chance. And how about right now? The Bulls won a coin flip with the Indiana Pacers yesterday and will get the number 16 pick in June's draft. They'll also get no worse than the number 5 pick in the first round in the Eddie Curry deal with the Knicks. And who knows, the Bulls may wind up with a first pick in the June draft.
Yeah, they're gonna add 2 fine players to this mix of young players. This is going to be a team to reckon with in the future.
Jay Will missing the 3-ball. Nocioni circles out with another rebound. That's 11 boards for him.
You got to reckon
Gordon
right
for
now.
3. Ben Gordon striking from downtown for the 3rd time tonight. And Gordon now has 23 points for Chicago.
Eric, how about he only averaged 11 points a game in the 3 games against the Heat in the regular season?
And only had 12 threes in the 3 games. O'Neal with a beautiful drop step move.
Another good read by SHAQ. They didn't come to double him on the dribble. They're trying to change it up. Good read, drop step again, and finish.
So Shaquille O'Neal with 19 points. Let me correct what I just said about Ben Gordon. He made only 4 triples in 11 tries in 3 games against Miami. Gordon, as you said, 7th in the league in three-point percentage, 12th in three-point makes. And there's Kirk Hinrich. Coach, he just tripled for his 7th point, but so far, he's been under control by Miami's defense. But if he heats up, the Bulls will really be in business.
Well, he's doing a little bit of what Dwyane Wade was doing earlier. He's got 5 assists, Hinrich, and he's a good defensive player, so he's helping him in other areas.
14 points for Jason Williams now. Hinrich, can he do it? Yes, rattles down back-to-back 3 balls. Kirk Hinrich, the #2 scorer and three-point shooter on this Chicago team. He led them in assists, steals, and minutes. So the Bulls have tripled 8 times in tonight's game in 18 attempts.
And he was wide open on both of those three attempts.
4-point Heat lead. Tyson Chandler defending O'Neal, and Tyson Chandler there for the Chicago rebound.
Eric, what they're doing, Chicago, is they're faking coming towards SHAQ, trying to get him out of sync, and that time it worked.
Miami leads 75-71. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Wade trying to turn the corner on Hinrich. Tough shot. SHAQ climbing the back of Tyson Chandler. The foul will be Shaquille O'Neal's third.
Wow.
Tony, I want to get your impressions of the man-on-man defense that Hinrich has been able to play against Dwyane Wade. He really makes it tough on Dwyane.
He does. I noticed a few things in the offense that the Heat are doing a little differently than before. They put a few things in there to get Dwyane Wade open, running him through a maze of screens, getting him open. That foul was on SHAQ. Oh, wow, that's 4.
James Posey just picked up his third foul.
Okay.
Miami up 4, 4:35 to play in the third. Jason Williams and Dwyane Wade still manning the backcourt. Wade finds Posey. 3 is on the way. Kaboom!
Good decision by D. Wade. He was that crowding that we talked about earlier. That was Wade's 9th assist. Instead of forcing it against all the red shirts, he gave it up to Posey, who buried it.
James Posey has tripled 3 times, has 9 points. Hinrich answers back.
And Hinrich, again, we talked about one of the keys to the series, Eric, is how the Heat plays the pick and roll, pick and pop. And Hinrich is really starting to heat up off of the screens.
4 points in the first half for Kirk Hinrich. 8 points here in the third quarter for the talented young point guard. And let's see what Joe Crawford calls here. Defensive 3-second violation against Chicago. Automatic technical free throw awarded to Miami. If you're just joining us, Alonzo Mourning not ready to play in game 1. He's not in uniform, still healing from that partially torn calf muscle. Heat lead by 6. Jason Williams made that free throw. He has 15. Walker hands off to Wade, inside O'Neal, and he draws the foul on Dang.
Oh, tough pass, but SHAQ corralled it and then drew the foul.
Shaquille O'Neal has 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks in this first game. Tony, everywhere around the country, they are overestimating the decline of Shaquille O'Neal. Is he still the most dominating center in the NBA? We say most emphatically, yes, sir.
Without a doubt. I mean, the guy shot, he was 60% again from the field goal percentage. He didn't play as many minutes as he usually does, so he's not going to average as many points. Who else would you rather have at center trying to win a championship?
Jason Williams going to the line. He'll get 2 free throws. Kirk Hinrich picking up his 3rd foul. Jason Williams hitting the front end. But a tremendous playoff debut for Miami already for Jay Will.
Well, you got to like what Pat Riley did. He trusts his medical staff led by Ron Culp and Harlan Selznick, the Heat's orthopedic surgeon. They decided to rest him down the stretch, and it's paying off right now.
Miami's up by 10, just over 3 minutes to go in the third. Dang on the move. Dang will get 2 free throws on the reach-in foul from Antoine Walker, and that's the 3rd foul on Twan.
This guy was a tough, hard-nosed player when he played in the NBA, and the Bulls have a very good offense. This offense is not clicking for the Heat right now. With Wade at that small forward spot, the Heat's looking for some kind of niche with these 5 guys on the floor.
Heat bench has outscored the Bulls bench thus far, 17-15.
Yeah, we told you earlier, the Chicago has the 2nd best bench production in the NBA, which really is number 1 because New York's number 1. Talked about crowding, and there's that layup that Ben Gordon likes, those floaters to the basket. He either shoots the 3 or he takes the man off the dribble with the right hand, kissing it off the glass.
Dwyane Wade with a steal, and off to the races with Payton. Gary Payton made a great catch and was able to finish it.
Yeah, there's that experience right there. Instead of trying to catch it, he kind of tapped it to himself. The ball was way over his head. Dwyane Wade now has a double-double with 16 points and his 10 assists right there.
Gary Payton with 6 points off the bench. Miami's up 8 as the seconds wind down here in the third quarter of game 1. The American Airlines Arena, a white force tonight with everybody wearing white shirts. Gordon for 3. Got it! Ben Gordon! Well, those rainbow threes keep finding the pot of gold for Chicago's Ben Gordon. Chris Duhon back in the game. The Bulls going with 3 guards to match Miami. Here's Wade, curls in, blocked by Nocioni. And again, multiple defenders tracking every move Wade makes.
Yeah, we talked about crowding, and there's that layup that Ben Gordon likes, those floaters to the basket. He either shoots the 3 or he takes the man off the dribble with the right hand, kissing it off the glass.
Game 1 is deadlocked with just under 10 minutes left in it.
Well, you see why the Bulls are a dangerous opponent, because they truly believe they can come in there and beat the Heat. and they're playing that way.
There's no doubt, and they continue to relentlessly defend Dwyane Wade, who drives, denied by Tyson Chandler. Wade without a dunk tonight, and he's now missed 12 of his 16 shots. Dwyane for three. And the long rebound corralled by Jason Williams. So the good defense Chicago plays on Wade is carried over through the regular season into this first-round game. That's a block on Dwyane underneath. 2-on-2 break. Gordon with a stutter step move. Erased, but Tyson Chandler follows through with a crusher. And the first lead for Chicago comes with 9 minutes left in the game. And the Bulls have done it. They've engineered a 16-4 run.
Dwyane Wade got back and blocked that first attempt, but his teammates didn't follow him, and they gave up two on that break.
These are critical moments of this first game. How will the Heat react after trailing for the first time in this first game matchup? SHAQ. Drop step. Offensive foul. 8:25 left in the fourth quarter of game one as Gordon turns the corner. Shandon Anderson with a foul from behind. The Heat led by 5 through 3 quarters. And coach, this year, I know this was a stat you love. 38-3 was Miami with a lead through 3. 21-0 when it came here at home.
Second straight season, the Heat had an undefeated record, and Detroit beat them to go to the NBA Finals.
And Ben Gordon now has 7 of his 33 here in the fourth quarter. The Bulls, with an 18-4 run and 12 unanswered points, now lead by 4. 8:12 left in the game. And Wade draws the foul that time on Dwyane. The fourth on Chris Dwyane. The third on Chicago in this fourth quarter. Well, Pat Riley coaching under the duress of his family loss. His 96-year-old mother, Mary, passed away yesterday. Pat spent several days during the week at his hometown of Schenectady, New York, at his mother's side, being with my mom. That experience was extraordinary to be there. And as mom always said to him, and said even on their visit, life goes on, get on with it.
And he's living with that. He was with his family yesterday, and he said he got up this morning, he was ready to go for this series.
18 points for Dwyane Wade. Miami's down 2, however, with just under 8 minutes to play. Andrés Nocioni lost it to Shandon Anderson, got it right back, but could not put it down. And Shaquille O'Neal holds on to his 12th rebound. Real surprise. We thought we might be in for exactly this kind of series. Wade got it! Hung in the air, made the basket, drew the foul. Now we're tied at 91. Third tie of game one. Ben Gordon drives all the way in and misses on the run. 13th rebound for Shaquille O'Neal.
Eric, at the 7.5-minute mark, the Heat has the Bulls in the penalty, so the Heat are going to have a bonus the rest of the quarter shooting free throws.
And Miami 22 of 25 at the line in this first game. Wade guarded by Dwyane, lets it fly. Kaboom!
All right, you know what, D-Wade sees Ben Gordon taking over the game and says, hey, you're in my house.
6 in the fourth quarter, 22 for the night, including the last 6. And he's got the Heat's house on their feet. Miami back in front. Trailing by 4. The Heat are now up by 2 with 7 minutes to play.
Pat Riley said, alluding to Dwyane Wade, great players will find a way around any defense when the stakes are raised. And that's D-Wade in a nutshell.
Loose ball. SHAQ dives to the floor to retrieve it. And the Heat have possession and the lead of 2. Ben Gordon leads all scorers with 33. Dwyane Wade leads the Heat with 22. Shaquille O'Neal has 21 with 13 boards and 5 blocks. Here's Wade. Inside SHAQ. He missed it. Got it back and stuffed it.
Pat Riley ran a misdirection type play out of the timeout. Got SHAQ the ball in low. He missed it, but he stayed with the play and followed it up.
An 8-0 run for Miami from 4 down to 4 ahead. Home crowd chanting for defense now. Dwyane through the paint. Hinrich bouncing it right back to him for 3, and he drills it. Excellent teamwork by the Chicago guards. Dwyane with his second triple of game one. He has 6 points.
And Eric, they stayed home on Ben Gordon that time, meaning they didn't come off of him to help out. Chicago didn't force it to Gordon. They just ran their play, and Hinrich found Dwyane for the 3.
Bulls are shooting 48% from downtown, and they've hit 11 triples here in game one. Wade, repost for SHAQ, and he hits.
SHAQ said he'll be there when the team needs him in the playoffs. He's responding.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal putting up the kind of numbers he always has in the playoffs. 25 points, 14 rebounds for the Diesel. Heat by 3. Dwyane for Hinrich. Hinrich still has it and circles through. Well, he plays with poise.
Yeah, he's doing what Nash does. Steve Nash, he dribbles around.
Well, with 2 on the shot clock, Walker came up with a steal.
Good interior defense by the Heat. Last 2 times down the floor.
We approach the 5-minute mark left in the final quarter. SHAQ bumping with Chandler, spinning and missing. Shandon Anderson fouled on the putback. Shaquille O'Neal said yesterday, I get more shots, I'm going to make more shots, and I think the Diesel will be happy. So far, 16 field goal attempts. Shandon's brother Willie also appeared in the playoffs for Miami, played in 9 playoff games back in the '97 postseason. So both the Anderson brothers have played the playoffs for Miami.
Eric, the competitiveness of this game doesn't surprise anybody. The Bulls are tough, man. They hang in there.
It's been a rock'em sock'em game 1. Coach, I am almost expecting the series to progress this way. Each game hard fought and close. A lot of it depends on the Bulls making their perimeter shots. Tonight they have 50% shooting from downtown.
And don't forget, Pat Riley's had a scramble with combinations tonight because Udonis Haslem was thrown out earlier in the game.
And he doesn't have Alonzo Mourning or Derek Anderson available either. Wade did not get Hinrich on the pump fake. Shandon Anderson with a spinning jumper. Shaquille O'Neal was fouled as he tried to get his 16th rebound.
And Shaq's 2,000th free throw attempt, most in NBA history in the playoffs.
And the Heat are up by 3 with 3.5 minutes left in game 1. Well, you wait all year for a playoff game and it goes by quickly. Wade flying in. Wade now has 8 of his 24 here in the 4th quarter.
He saw, as I mentioned, he saw Ben Gordon doing it earlier. Hey, this is our house, baby. I'm D. Wade.
Nocioni over O'Neal for the basket. 15 points and 14 boards for Andrés Nocioni. Still the lead at 3 for Miami.
Yeah, we're at crunch time now, and that's when Wade is usually at his best for the Heat, and Ben Gordon's at his best for the Bulls.
He trailed by 4 earlier this quarter after the Bulls had run off 12 unanswered points. Wade into the teeth of the defense for 2 more. He is taking the 4th quarter over. He's got 10 in the final quarter, 26 here in game 1.
Well, he answered all the questions. How was he going to play against the Bulls defense? Nocioni comes back with a 3 with Walker all over him.
Their 3-point shooting is mind-boggling. 13 for 25, 52%. Nocioni now with 18 points.
Most teams shoot better from the outside at home. It doesn't bother the Bulls that they're on the road.
7 on the shot clock in the SHAQ. And Shaquille O'Neal is fouled as he came across the lane.
Eric, you mentioned all the threes that Chicago has tonight. The Heat are right in their kitchen. They're right all over them. They've made at least 3/4 of those shots with a Heat player all over them.
So Shaquille O'Neal now has 27 points. Miami's up by 3. Gordon drives in and is fouled.
When the Heat get the ball back, the game's going to go under 2 minutes, so the Heat will still have a foul to give.
Ben Gordon just adding to his personal best in his 7th career playoff game. This 23-year-old young man has 34 points. They get 35. And Miami's lead is the slimmest it can be, 105-104, with just under 2 minutes remaining in this first round game and the first game of this series.
Let's see what Pat Riley designed in that timeout. Double screen high on the elbow.
Wade forced it up, drew the foul.
Man,
and Dwyane Wade immediately grabbing his calf. And Wade to the line for 2, where he's 10 for 12 tonight. Last year in the playoffs, Wade had 7 games of 30 or better, 2 of 40 or better. Ben Gordon's already hit 5 triples. Hinrich 3, Nocioni 2. And it comes to Nocioni. Quick 3, no good. Rebound, Dwyane Wade with 14 seconds to go. And Wade fouled immediately by Hinrich.
You expect the Bulls to call timeout here. And Wade makes it a 2-possession game.
Wade shooting for his 30th point tonight.
Yeah, he had 12 at halftime.
Dwyane Wade with 14 points in the 4th quarter. It is his 8th 30-point game over the last 2 seasons in the playoffs. Miami up 5. Bulls take timeout. 14 seconds left here in game 1.
Chicago has no timeouts left now. They have to inbound this ball. The Heat are going to push up on the three-point line. Give up a 2 if they have to. Just don't allow a foul, even a 3. Just don't foul anybody.
Chris Dwyane will inbound. He's got Nocioni, Allen, Piatkowski, and Ben Gordon on the floor with him. Hinrich has already fouled out. Here's Allen. Turns, unloads, misses. Rebound, Walker. He's fouled with just over a second left. So game 1 looks like it's in the bag for Miami. Up 110 to 106, and 2 free throws ahead for Antoine Walker.
But the Heat come through in a big game. The first game's important, especially at home. You don't want the visiting team to gain home court advantage right off the bat, winning that first game.
And the Heat win game 1, 111 to 106. Took 30 points from Dwyane Wade and a 27-point, 16-rebound, 5-block shot effort for Shaquille O'Neal.
Eric, thank you very much. Jason, first of all, congratulations on your first postseason win with the Miami Heat. Secondly, talk about how you wanted to come into this game. Looked like you wanted to be aggressive with your outside shot.
I knew they were going to try to sag on Dwyane and SHAQ. It seems like it's been that story all year long. I just got to be ready to knock down my shots.
Take us through that fourth quarter there when Chicago's making that surge. How did you guys get this game back under control?
I think every team in the playoffs is going to make a run, late in the game. So we just wanted to button down and try to get stops and get buckets.
Was this everything you expected from the Chicago Bulls team? They're young, they're scrappy, they don't ever give up. But this was a lot that they threw at you all late in this contest.
Yeah, they're a good team. They fight to the end. They're not ever going to give up, and we got a series ahead of us.
Not as much. Anything change when you head into game 2, or you expect the same thing to go down?
I don't know. We're going to come out and play our game and just take care of what we can do.
Congratulations on a great effort, Jason. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Jay.